There's a nice deer right out there. I don't know if we get a glimpse of him or not. There he is, nice big buck. What we can see of him there, I'm looking at him as good as I can. He's back in the shade. He thinks he's hidden probably, so he's staying away from us. You can see, got a good look at him there, but a quick look. You had to look fast. This is sort of the way it is. We're out in the woods too. A lot of times you only seeing glimpses of the deer and parts of the deer. You can see he's got a nice rack on him. Trying to follow him as well as I can. One right behind a big giant bunch of cedars. I have my mule shut off. Might come out the other side. Nelly moving around the mule. There he is. Oh my gosh. My gosh, that's a good one. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh my goodness. He is a big one. Benelli, stay. Good girl, Benelli, good girl. That's a deer hunter's dream and a deer hunter's nightmare if he sees what I just saw right there, because I keep thinking he might get in a spot where you can take a shot. Obviously with a bow, he's already totally out of range. And with a rifle, probably never stop. Somebody might take that shot right there if he stopped, but he didn't stop. A walking shot probably hit him too far back, and probably just waste a deer, go off somewhere and die, and you never track him down. That's absolutely gorgeous. Antlers in the wild, yes. There's little buddy out there this morning. He is probably wondering why Wild Child is not running around with him. Little buddy's still got that on his foot. We've been trying to get him to go back into the pens, leaving it open during the daytime. We can't leave it open at night because we don't want a coyote to get in there and be able to get down into the pens to the deer. And he's not gone in. We are just gonna have to get that off of his foot somehow. And about the only way is to tranquilize him and hope that that's a successful operation, that we can get it off and bring him back and let him heal. Sucking up those acorns right now, really sucking up the aprons. Little Whitey we haven't seen in about a week. Hopefully he is simply chasing those. But we don't know. He may never come back. But little buddy is hanging around the house, which is good, because with him limping, they have a hard time getting away from a critter if he can't run really, really fast. But he's enjoying the beautiful day this morning, eating acorns in perfect safety. Antlers are actually pretty few and far between from the house. I'm actually going to run around on the ranch a little bit today and see if I can find something to take a picture of. That's Fishhook out there. Y'all have named him Fishhook. It's a big, beautiful deer. It's a possibility that that deer right there bred Wild Child. I've got Wild Child back in the pen. You see how good my rye's doing out there? All the green you see is rye. All the gray you see, or brown, or whatever color you want to call it, is all Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is dead here in southern Oklahoma. You can see how big he is. He's definitely doing some breeding. And now he's a little palmated out there on that hook also. Those hooks go all the way around on both sides. Incredible deer. Totally wild deer, born in the wild, quite likely from our genetics program we started 3 or 4 years ago. He's probably about a 3-year-old deer, might be about the same size. He hears me talking even though I'm inside. You can see him looking at me right there. Having to look through because of where he's located in the yard, I'm having to look through I may go in and try another window here in a minute. See if we can get a little bit better look at him. He's gonna walk right by my bedroom window, so let me run in there real quick. Yeah, I think Beamer might be messing around a little bit. He's gonna split and run. I still don't have a good look, but here pretty soon, be able to get him from the side. Here we go. Got a nice look at him now. I think Beamer might have gone out the dog door in front, or he's just hearing me talking even though I'm inside the fence. Now he's totally wild. He wasn't that bad the other day when he was chasing Wild Child around, tormenting that poor little girl. He's a big-bodied, big buck, and I didn't want him hurting her. She's my baby. We haven't seen little Whitey in several days. He may be lost for good. We don't know. Hopefully he comes back, but many times when they leave to participate in the rut, they just don't come back, which might be okay because bucks do get dangerous and during the rut, and one that's a real pet like Forrest and little Whitey can be a problem as they get older. We're very careful around Forrest. That guy's right there somewhere. I don't know if I've lost him or he's right there, but I think I saw him moving right in there behind all those leaves. But I don't see him now, so that's the only buck deer we've seen this morning. I didn't see hardly any deer during the night. I look out every now and then. I did see little buddy out there feeding, but they got so many acorns in the woods. They're chasing girls. There's just not many coming around the house, but they'll be back. Well, Benelli and I are out for a little ride this morning because we're just looking for some antlers. We are looking for some antlers. We always enjoy riding. Benelli enjoys riding. She's right there looking out. She jumps out. She sees a squirrel, and we try to get it treed. But we're looking for some antlers. We really had no antlers at all in the yard lately, except Buddy's there a little bit. Fish hook, he's come around occasionally. But not much of anybody showing up there in the yard. Haven't seen little Whitey now in well over a week, maybe 10 or 12 days. I'm not real positive the last time we saw him. But we're hoping that he's simply out chasing the girls. He might have got lost or whatever. We hope he didn't get out somewhere where he wasn't supposed to be and get killed, or simply get lost out in the woods and might never come home. That's happened. It's happened to us. It happens to everybody that has deer around their house, and pet deer that they've raised. We raised him on the bottle, but irrespective, we have saved his life for about 18 months anyway, for sure. Even if something's happened to him, and we haven't found him anywhere, so we know that we don't know that anything's happened to him, and quite likely he's just out running around the woods and chasing girls, and more likely he's fine. But we're going to take a run around for a few miles here and see if we can find a antlered buck to take a picture of. Benelli and I have been riding for about an hour, and so far we haven't laid a single eyeball on a deer of any kind, let alone one with nice antlers that would stand still long enough for us to take a picture. And the principal reason that we don't have deer around the house is the rut. They're just off chasing girls, and the girls are off out running. But here's another reason we don't have deer around the house right now. And you'll take a look right here. This is right on the road. You see we're right on the road right here. There's Benelli coming running around like crazy. She hunts everything in a heartbeat. But these are acorns. And a lot of them are simply acorn hulls. There are some acorns here on the ground as well. I picked some of these up. You see a lot of them are the hulls. They love these little tiny acorns right here. And I'll just pick a few up. And these are everywhere in the woods. They're just absolutely everywhere in the woods. And this is the reason that they're not coming around and eating the southwest deer food quite as frequently. Some of y'all may out there that are hunting around feeders and maybe having some of the same problems. A lot of the deer are simply not coming. And this is just here in the road. You can see how thick they are here in the road. It's that thick on the ground also all around. Now the deer will come by here and eat these. They've eaten a lot of them. You can see a lot of them are the hulls simply laying there. Not all acorns, a lot of them are hulls. But you can see there's an awful lot of acorns right there too. A lot of acorns. A lot of hulls, you know, with a acorn hull, just like a pecan hull. Or pecan, I don't know what you call it up there, the part that the pecan is in, not the shell. But that's the deal. But there's lots of them, and they're laying. You see how these have fallen, rolled off into the ditch. How many's off over here? So a deer could come in here and feed and suck these up, and they will. And but they've all come off of this tree right here. It's a beautiful acorn tree. Still got green and orange colors in it. But that's another reason, in addition to the girls and the boys playing That's another reason we don't have many deer around the house, and it's hard to get much video around the house for sure. Hard to get it out on the ranch. We run around for an hour. So far, no deer. As we come by the pens up here, we can take a look and see why we haven't seen any deer out in the wild. You can look right there, all the deer laying down. There's a nice little buck in there with got 3 or 4 does with him. He's laying down. Mr. Forrest was over here, was laying down till we stopped. He just got up and the doe started moving around. He is probably patiently waiting on a doe. But Nellie, come here, get in here. Kill him. That's one of the reasons he got up, probably, was because Benelli jumped out and had to make a little run. You stay, girl, stay, good girl. She's learning, but she still wants to jump out and go hunt every time we stop. We can see Mr. Forrest out there. Benelli stayed, good girl. The other little buck didn't jump up at all. He just watched her, he didn't pay a bit of attention to her. Tell you what we might do. We might go up and grab a bag of carrots, come down and see if Mr. Forrest is concentrating on the girls totally, or if maybe he's well, spend a little time eating some carrots out of her hands. See that girl come up behind him there, he got very interested in. I gotta admit, Forrest, she is very pretty. Uh-oh, here we go. Stay, Benelli, stay. Oh, Mr. Forrest is not ready to quit this rut. There is little buddy there. About the only deer that's really hanging around the house. Little whitey we haven't seen. I'll take a look at that deer. Has he got that off of his right? He got that off of his leg? I don't see that plastic on his leg. I think that is Buddy. That might be, is that possibly little whitey? They're so close I can't really tell, but I don't see anything on his foot. We'll see if he limps. Do not see anything on his foot. Sucking up those aprons. He looked like he's walking really good. I'm gonna go cut an apple real quick and walk out there and see if that deer will come up to me. I saw what I thought was Buddy a little while ago, laying down out at the end of the far building, building number 4. I don't see a tag in that deer's ear. And remember, little Buddy split his ear. I don't see that ear split, though. Maybe there is a tag there. I think that's, little whitey split that ear, but I think I do see a tag on that now. It's got a green tag, and I think that's exactly, yeah, that's little Buddy. That's not little whitey. But he appears to have gotten that off of his foot. It's his foot that's getting ready to move. Right front has moved up there. You see how he looks like he's walking fine on it now. I think he has got that off of there. That means we won't have to tranquilize him. So not tranquilize him was good. Yeah, I see that green tag shining now. Well, a little hope there that was sucking those acorns up. That's a good deal there, so we don't have to worry about, I'm going to leave that in case he goes in there and keep him in the pen a while and make sure that foot is good. It's looking good, though. I don't see him limping at all. Fantastic. Really pretty bunch of elk right here. I don't see a bull around anywhere. Probably is one somewhere close by, but that rut is getting pretty close to over, if it's not totally over for the elk. And you can see that these are not really paying a whole lot of attention for me. I see some over on the other side of the road, too. Benelli and I went on one more little ride. See if we can find some antlers. Haven't found any, but we've seen a few elk and no deer, just elk. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Well, we don't know who he is. Maybe I can zoom in on him and tell. But we have finally seen a buck this second little drive around, and he's a big buck. Come here, Benelli. Oh, I believe that's TC. Benelli, come here. Kennel, come here. Don't worry about that squirrel. Kennel up. Kennel, good girl. Good girl. I believe that is Mr. TC. Big giant buck. I'm out there a pretty good ways from him. I'm probably 150 yards from that.
I've got my phone out on full 9 power as far as it goes. We need one of these iPhones about 30 power on it. It's what we need. That'll really allow us to shoot some good video. But I believe that's TC right there. So we did get to see TC this week. We have not seen him at the house in at least over 10 days. So it gives me hopes that little Whitey is running around somewhere. TC, we saw him the other day outside of the inside high fence. And now he is back in on the inside. Still chasing girls, still spreading genes of a very good buck. Benelli and I have encountered another group of elk out running around. We have seen a few deer, but we have encountered another group of elk. And this group does have a bull with them. Not a giant bull. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 counting that bull. You can see him there in the middle. For a young, hey, come here, Benelli. Come here, Benelli. Benelli, come on, hey, Kennel. You can see he's actually, come here, Kennel, stay in here. He's pretty impressive. He's kind of funny on one side there, looks like. But he's pretty impressive for a young bull. Other bull had got up, and that's evidently his little harem that he's gathered up. Most of those girls have probably already participated. And so there's another young bull there. I didn't even see that one. A younger bull. So those girls have probably already participated in the rut and through. Might be a little one-horn bull there. I don't know. Is that a horn I'm thinking? I think it is. So wind's blowing. I don't know how my audio is. Mule's running. But we saw something. Come on, Benelli. Well, I was videoing. There's another big large bull over there. There's 2 bulls over on the other side. I thought I was videoing, but I wasn't. I don't know what I've got. Oh, they're both still here. Yeah, there's a pretty good sized bull. Benelli, come here. Benelli! 2 nice bulls right over there. So we've seen about 5 or 6 bulls here in a couple 200 or 300 yards. Those are going on off finally. Pretty good sized bulls and quite a few. I don't know how many cows are in all these bunches here. 20 or 30 or 40 cows, I think. So several bulls. Kind of a neat deal. See those 2 bulls all there together. Yeah. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. I thought I was videoing earlier and I wasn't. Well, I guess we better close this deal out. We've about run out of week. It's getting close to dark, and the antlers are just getting more difficult to find because of the deer all running around in the rut. Several of the deer have probably are not even on our property. I know that my game ranger friend over here, Ty, told me that he's seen 2 deer at his showing up on his cameras at his deer feeders where he's planning on hunting that have tags in their ear. So those are obviously our big bucks. He said one of them was kind of young, and one of them was a big mature buck. So I don't know who they are. We know it's not forced. I did see TC this evening on my second run right around the ranch with Benelli, and I'm pretty sure it was TC is at a distance, but he's about 1.5 miles away from here, but he's still on the property, so that's good. Little Whitey we haven't seen in a while, so we don't know what's going to happen. The neatest thing was the deer on the highway, that wild deer on the highway with the county road out there, and we tried to get him to jump a low fence over there and get off the road, and he wouldn't do it. I worry about poachers in the middle of the night like that. And they do catch several on that county road right there, and so we probably saved his life by at least, hopefully getting him off the county road. We was hoping he would jump over that low fence. He did not. We opened the gate on our property. He did not run in there. He'd have been totally safe here as well. But at any rate, that was really a neat deal. That deer was so intrigued, and that other deer over there across the road on John's property, going down there wanting to tangle up with him, and that's just the way they are. That's just built into them, and even though some of them get killed, they're get around the girls, and they're totally unconscious of any of their surroundings, and it just nothing seems to bother them. But anyway, the elk, it looks like we saw all those elk, 5 bulls in one little area up there, not very far apart, at least 5 bulls, maybe 6. 5 had pretty good racks on them. And so their rut must be pretty much over. We're probably in the last week or two. We may have some deer come in late in December. We obviously had that happen because we had deer born in September this year, a couple in August and a couple in September. Guys and girls, y'all go out there and have you a great one. And remember, I sure do love you.